We are going to get started here this morning. Thank you all for being here. We have a lively group here from Cradle, Cincinnati. We appreciate you being here. So this is a staff meeting of the Hamilton County Board of County Commissioners, October 7th, 2025. We've got a few items on our agenda. The first one is a recognition of Safe Sleep Month here in Hamilton County. We've got a number of folks here, and I don't know if there's going to be a presentation. We have a presentation. We have a proclamation. But I know that Dr. Meredith Smith is here from Cradle, Cincinnati. Commissioner Grant Mussman is here from the city of Cincinnati, and Commissioner Greg Kesterman is here from Hamilton County. So thank you all for being here. Why don't the three of you, if you don't mind, come forward as we read off the proclamation. And again, thank you all for being here. We've got a very lively crowd. People were talking right through the introduction there. So no, but thank you all for being here. We are happy to celebrate with you and bring recognition to the issue of safe sleep. So why don't we go ahead and read the proclamation first, and then we'll ask you to comment to what we're doing here today. All right, so we've got a proclamation recognizing October 2025 as Safe Sleep for Babies Month. Whereas the Board of County Commissioners of Hamilton County, Ohio, is committed to reducing sleep-related infant deaths by raising public awareness, coordinating resources, and fostering strong community partnerships. And whereas since 2011, Hamilton County has lost 212 infants to sleep-related infant death, the equivalent of 9 kindergarten classrooms, and sleep-related infant deaths, including accidental suffocation, remain the second leading cause of infant death in our community. Whereas collective efforts across the county have resulted in a 29% reduction in infant deaths from 2013 to 2024, an encouraging sign of the effectiveness of a comprehensive community-based response. And whereas these numbers represent real lives lost, babies who will never have the opportunity to live, grow, and thrive, and families who will never have the chance to celebrate birthdays and milestones.
And whereas sleep-related infant deaths are the most preventable infant deaths, as research shows that babies are safest when they sleep alone and on their backs and on their own safety-approved sleep space, such as cribs, portable cribs, or bassinets. And whereas unsafe sleep environments, including sharing a bed, sleeping on a couch, using blankets or pillows in a crib, or placing an infant on their stomach or side, increase the risk of sleep-related infant death. And whereas hundreds of partners across Hamilton County have come together to address safe sleep through comprehensive community efforts. And whereas in 2025 alone, Cincinnati Health Department has distributed nearly 1,000 cribs through its Cribs for Kids program, connecting families to essential resources and information to ensure families are prepared to practice safe sleep for every nighttime and nap time. And whereas Hamilton County Public Health, Cincinnati Health Department, and Cradle Cincinnati have been at the forefront of monitoring trends in infant sleep deaths to inform strategies, shape programs, priorities, and support advocacy efforts. And whereas every person who shares and practices safe sleep standards has the potential to save a life.
Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Board of County Commissioners of Hamilton County does hereby recognize Safe Sleep for Babies Month to raise public awareness about sleep-related infant deaths, honor the lives lost, promote safe sleeping practices, and reaffirm our commitment to ensuring all babies celebrate their first birthdays in our community. And we do hereby proclaim October 2025 as Safe Sleep Month for babies in all of Hamilton County. So once again, welcome to all of you. We're delighted to have you here. every now and again, we are reminded about how blessed we are in Hamilton County to have organizations like Cradle Cincinnati, to have 2 health departments that are on the cutting edge of so many issues that impact our community and are willing to step up and save lives in this community. We know what works. We just have to remind people and raise awareness about what works. So we are so blessed to have Cradle here. I always do this, and I'm going to do it again. Todd Portune was the one who had this idea about creating this impact related to infant mortality. And so I do want to credit where credit is due. That happened many years ago, preceded both of us, but we are delighted to carry on in his honor and in your honor, really, for the work that you're doing at Cradle and at both health departments. So Commissioner Summer-Adumas, I'm going to turn it to you and then ask for some comments.
Thank you so much. What you do is so important, as was said earlier. This second whereas really hit me. Whereas since 2011, Hamilton County has lost 212 infants in sleep-related deaths, which is equivalent to 9 kindergarten classes. I almost couldn't read my part. It's really something. That's why what you guys do is so important. This is near and dear to my heart. As far as babies and deaths, and not sleep related, but my would have been nephew was 10 pounds and came out not alive, but I was able to hold him and to think about what he could have become. And so this is just really near and dear to my heart. So thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. And thank you again for being here. Dr. Smith, would you like to say some words?
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that story. I appreciate you sharing it. Also, I was going to start with Todd Portune, who championed this work. Yes, you did, absolutely. Who championed this work from the very beginning 11 years ago, and we've seen progress because of that. But the commissioners have always supported this work. The visibility that you are giving to Safe Sleep, but also to Cradle Cincinnati, and the collaboration between the health departments really is important for our community to hear. And so I am grateful entirely to the commissioners and the work that you do, not just for us, but across the county, period. So thank you for that. I do also believe that change is possible. And so when we communicate clearly the message about safe sleep, alone, back, crib, we can make it happen in Cincinnati.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I'm going to ask the commissioners, either one of you, please, Commissioner Kesterman.
Sure. I will just add that behind the 3 of us is an incredible team doing this work every single day. For my team, Sarah and Azrael and Ann are here, and the other 2 spokespersons also have incredible teams, and it's really for the folks doing the daily work that is able to drive this issue forward and to make change in our community. And you both have said it, but the partnerships and the willingness to come together as organizations is really helping drive the change that we're seeing in Hamilton County.
Thank you. Commissioner Mussman.
Thank you. And I just want to thank the commissioners for their support of this work. I think that is an incredible and key part of how you make a change with a problem that is so pervasive and so insidious and so difficult to change. Having consistent political support over the 15 years that this program has been going on is absolutely key to being able to align the entire community, whether it's in the public health department, we have a list of things that we do. We have our partners in our hospitals and healthcare systems. We have our stakeholders in the community, and having that political support to be able to align all of those and having Cradle's great leadership is just absolutely incredible, and we're honored to be a part of it.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. So we would like to take a photo. You all have mentioned your teams. I wonder if we can get the teams up here, right? Yeah, so we're going to stay here. Would you all please come up for a photo? All right. Right on top.
Everybody now,
Here we go. Oh my gosh. Can you get us in? She's like, what try?
Can you see us all? Are we good?
All right, everybody.
Yeah, I think we're good. Can you scoot in just a little bit more? Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna start with me right here. 1, 2. Oh, there's someone coming in. Sorry. Jackie, you're in the background. All right. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Okay.
All right, y'all. My turn. 1, 2, 3. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yikes, that was a lot of smiling. That was all right. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Thank you all. Thank you.
Everybody go save babies. Get back to work.
Thank you so much.
Hi. I didn't see you.
Thank you, Dr. Smith. Thank you. Yeah.
Ooh, love you.
All right. Once again, thank you all for being here. Thank you. Appreciate it. See you next year. All right. Our next item is the Tax Incentive Review Council. Michael Whidden from Alloy is going to lead our conversation about this, and I believe we've received this report, so thank you for getting that to us in advance.
Absolutely. Good morning, commissioners. My name is Michael Whidden. I'm here representing the economic development team at Alloy. And today we have for your consideration, as you mentioned, the annual 2025 Tax Incentive Review Council recommendations. And with that, we got the presentation. Thank you so much. So, quick overview. I'm sure you're already familiar with this process, but the purpose of the TRC is to meet annually to review all outstanding tax incentive agreements to determine whether the enterprises are in compliance with all of the terms and to make recommendations to the board regarding said agreements. So, the county TRC is composed of 7 voting members. Each community appoints 2 voting members. These are residents of the community. And the local school district appoints 1 voting member. The remaining 4 members are appointed by the county commissioners and the county auditor. So a little overview of the enterprise zone portion of the program. There are 15 active agreements as of the end of 2024 and 4 agreements in their construction period. This program has met or exceeded its projected property investment and employment goals. Those are the 3 major metrics that we look at in our agreements: our real property, personal property, and employment. As you can see, real property achieved 160% of the commitments, 250% for personal property, and 110% for employment. As with the Enterprise Zone program, our Community Reinvestment Area program, with 4 active agreements and 3 agreements in their construction window, has substantially met or exceeded its projected investment and employment goals. Similar to the previous slide, you can see that real property's achievement percentage is 151, personal property is 154, and employment is 110. So the program is doing well. We always like to note the agreements that have expired in each calendar year so that we can let you know what taxes are returning to the tax rolls. And this year we had 3 active agreements, which I will have in a list in another slide here, that have expired, and the estimated value of the taxes from these agreements returning to the tax roll is just over $91,000. Here is a list of agreements by status for the Enterprise Zone program. Nothing too much to note here. We continued the vast majority of our programs. That's a good sign. That means they are in compliance with their terms, or if they are just outside of that window, we have a process for that. So here are 2 of the 3 expired agreements that I mentioned. They were first star and gold medal projects. I can confidently say that they were both very successful projects. Those are in the minutes in the report that you were provided with. They were both very successful, so we're happy to see those come to term. And I will have a little bit more information on JTTR Realty Company and why we are choosing to terminate that agreement in just a moment. So this is the list of the CRA agreements as per their status. We're continuing almost all of them, and then Hoarder Investment has expired in Sims Township. That was the 3rd. All right, so let's talk about JTTR Realty. They do business as Stigler Supply Company. They actually requested that their abatement be rescinded. The reason for doing so, as we'll talk about here, is that they actually have grown much faster than anticipated. And as such, they require a move to a larger facility. They have done so already. They are actually located within the same community. So the community is in support of the company, and they're very happy to see their growth. The company has relocated within Forest Park, and in case you need a reminder, the enterprise zones are not transferable unless the board approval occurs, but the company was not interested in pursuing that agreement transfer, and so they, for ease, just requested that the abatement be terminated. So while they were just short of meeting their total job goals over the last couple of years, their new growth, I believe, would put them in compliance and exceed their original agreement goals. So Forest Park is very happy with them. Otherwise, that is my presentation. Overall, we are seeing the program perform, and I'm happy to take any questions.
Okay, thank you very much. Pretty straightforward, as always, from the TIRC. And I do want to thank particularly the members that we appoint to that board for their volunteer work on this committee. So this is a pretty good track record when you look at how this program is performing, both or with all 3, real property, personal property, and employment, well exceeding, particularly in the top 2 categories here. So I'm glad to see that this incentive program is working. And I don't have any further questions because I've read through the report. So thank you very much. Commissioner Summer-Dumas, any questions or comments?
Thank you so much for your presentation. And this program always goes above and beyond. I'm so happy for you and for us. That's great. But I want you to use your crystal ball for a second on JTTR Realty in the last page where it says the company was not interested in pursuing a transfer, and they requested that the abatement be terminated. I know you can't transfer. Tell me why you think they did not want to pursue.
Sometimes we've seen companies have that be the case when they would rather not go through the annual monitoring process that's required to make sure that our companies are in compliance with all their agreements. It's not that they anticipated that they wouldn't be in compliance. They were pretty positive that that they would require, because of their expansion, likely an amendment or a new agreement altogether, and they just didn't feel that was necessary based on the previous benefit value they were receiving. Sometimes just the way that property values are assessed, companies don't necessarily receive a benefit value that they expect. It can sometimes fall short of that. It's hard to predict. And when that's the case, they had no problem with the program. They were very pleased with it. Sometimes they would just rather forego that monitoring process that's required every year.
Okay. Well, I'm glad they stayed in Forest Park. That's a good thing. So that's all I have.
Thank you. Commissioner Reese?
Yeah, I just want to add, I like the fact that there is oversight, because a lot of times when these incentives are given out, people are concerned, you don't hear about it once, the vote goes in. And so it's good to know that we have folks that's monitoring and making sure that the agreement is actually implemented. So this is a good report. Thank you.
I appreciate that. And again, you shouted out the appointed board members, the TRC. They are excellent and experienced, and they do a wonderful job reviewing the agreements every year. So
thank you. All right, very good. Do you need any kind of motion from us, or do we need to approve the report?
You will need to approve the recommendations. You could, I mean, I'm not sure if you are able to do that now, but you could certainly do that at your regular meeting as well.
That'll come up on Thursday?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we will wait to see that. Thank
right,
you very
great.
much. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much.
All right, the third item on our agenda is an executive session. I'm going to move that we go into executive session pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 121.22G3 to conduct a conference with an attorney for the public body concerning the subject of pending or imminent litigation. I'm doing that slow for you guys in the back. Because I usually fly through that. So I hope, the big heart. Thank you. I'm going to make a motion that we approve.
Second.
Commissioner Dreehouse?
Yes.
Commissioner Summer Dumas?
Yes.
Commissioner Reese?
Yes.
Thank you.